Hey guys, it's Cindy. Today I'm going to be doing my book haul for the month of August already. I do have quite a few books to show you guys today, so go ahead and grab you a snack and a drink because it's going to be a long one. Okay, so I have a couple of just like random books that I got, and then I have some from a library book sale that I went to, and I also have a book outlet box as well. So I do have like books from everywhere as per usual. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my two book of the month picks for this month. I picked I think this is a debut novel, and it is Goodbye Paris by Anstey Harris, and I usually always go for like their contemporary fiction. That's like one of my favorite genres that they have. So I picked this one up. I'm not too sure what this is about, but it is a super short contemporary, and Contemporary-thon is like right around the corner, and I'm so excited for it. So this is going to be probably something that I decide to pick up for that one. If you guys can see, I actually have on lipstick today, and I have like 500 lipsticks. Probably not an exaggeration. And I never wear them, so I'm gonna have to start wearing them soon because I just need to get on it. And this is like one of my favorite colors. I like neutral brown, so I have like a shit ton of the same shade. But like, yeah. So the next one I got is Circe by Madeline Miller. This was actually a backlist book, but I'm actually going to be meeting Madeline Miller pretty soon, so I need to pick up something from her because I definitely want to get my book signed. I do have The Song of Achilles from her as well, but I have it on my Kindle, so I haven't read that one yet, but I've heard the representation. This one is really good. And so yeah, I had to pick it up from Book of the Month because actually like the cheapest I could find it, because if you don't know, for Book of the Month the first book is $14.99 and then the next one is like $9.99 if you do an add-on. So I added this one on for only $9.99. So I also received two things from Book of the Month. If you guys order from Book of the Month, you'll know that it takes quite a while for you to get the books in. I think it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks to get everything after it's processed, and from the moment that I place my order, it probably takes about 2 to 3 weeks before I actually get it. So the first thing that I got was 1,000 Perfect Notes. I've heard great things about this, and I think it is about domestic abuse. And if you guys know, I've been reading or picking up a lot of books based off of that topic recently, so I decided to grab this one. I love that this one's like a butterfly. It kind of reminds me of the cover of like the Replica duology. The next book I picked up for one reason, and that is because they sold it to me as a forbidden romance, and that's like one of my favorite type of books to read about, or topics, and that is One Small Thing by Erin Watt. Basically the synopsis alludes to the main character's sister dying, and she ends up falling for this guy, but she doesn't really know like the role that the guy played in her sister's murder, and it's kind of just like a contemporary with a little bit of mystery elements in it, so I think this one's going to be really interesting. So the next book I picked up I got from the Amazon Marketplace, and I absolutely had to get this because I heard Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads absolutely love this, as well as Lala from Books and Lala, and that is Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. And I actually placed a book outlet haul or purchase not too long ago for their like sale that they were having for the month of August, and I picked up like 2 or 3 other Katrina Leno books. I haven't even read this one yet, so I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I was just like, once I like have a booktuber and I really respect their like recommendations, I kind of go a little bit crazy. But this is a super short one as well, so it's going to be perfect also for Contemporary-a-thon. This does have a little bit of, I believe, magic in it as well, so that's going to be really interesting how I feel like that's a thing now, like it's always contemporary, but there's also some sort of like magical realism or some sort of historical element or some sort of mystery thrown into that, and I actually really like those kind of books. The next three are actually ones that my sister got for me. It was my birthday this month. I didn't really do much for it, but she did give me some books, and she actually we went to the bookstore and she was like, pick out anything you want. So these are the books that I got. We went to half price books. So the first one I got was Far From You by Tess Sharp. I have heard a lot of people talk about Tess Sharp's books, but I've actually never seen one physically in a bookstore. I know that sounds really strange. I don't know if she's like independently published, but I can't tell. But this one actually sounded really interesting. I am trying to get more into thrillers, so I thought this would be kind of cool because it has like deeper elements to it as well. It's not just trying to get me scared. And this was one that I was so surprised that they had there, especially for this price, because I was trying to get it on Amazon and it was a little bit expensive for the paperback version because it is an adult novel, and we all know adult novels can get super expensive. And that is The Light We Lost by Jill Santopolo. And I've heard this is just like a very good hard-hitting contemporary romance. I love romance novels, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. So the next one that I got was A Map for, oh that is glaring, A Map for Wrecked Girls by Jessica Taylor. I was actually going to pick this up a while ago, but I never ended up picking it up. But I'm glad I waited because it was only $8.99 there, even though I didn't pay for it, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, I think I'm going to do my library books next. Sorry I don't have like a huge synopsis for this. You guys know I buy books and I don't really know too much what they're about, but I actually like going into my books that way. I don't like to know too much because like that's the point of reading them. I don't want to know like the whole synopsis before I even read them. And all of these books are like mostly thrillers, but they actually have like library binding, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to try to get rid of it. So the first one is actually one that I could have swore I bought. Like I think I bought this on Book Outlet a couple months ago. For some reason I could not fucking find it on my shelf. If I find the actual version, I'm just going to give this one to my cousin because we do a lot of buddy reads together. And that is Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson. I could have swore I picked this one up, but I don't know where it is. I also got Since We Fell by Dennis Lehane. And just so you guys know, like these two bags were inside of this giant like recyclable tote bag, and basically the book sale was you pay $10 and you get to fill up a bag. So I grabbed some books and my cousin got some books, so I thought that was really cool. And I got Final Girls by Riley Sager. I'm so glad I found this there because I was actually going to pay like $6 for it on Book Outlet at one point, so I'm glad I found it there. It was probably like less than $1. And I actually just found out today that Riley Sager is actually a male author that writes by like a kind of like gender neutral pseudonym, which is kind of cool because like I don't know, you usually hear of like women writing with like a male pseudonym, but you don't really hear it the other way around, so I thought that was interesting. Most of these are thrillers, by the way, so I am like fully stocked for October and November. I got Before I Let Go by Marieke Nijkamp. I hope I pronounced that right. And then I got Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens, which I actually heard, well, I've heard good things about this, and it is like a newer release. And then I got The Kept Woman by Karen Slaughter. I'm actually meeting Karen Slaughter pretty soon, which I'm really excited about. So that was a good find there. I think I got another Karen Slaughter book. I See You by Claire McIntosh. This book stack is getting so high. And this is the other Karen Slaughter book that I got. It's a little beat up compared to the other one, but it is Indelible? I don't know why I thought this said inedible. Doesn't that look like it says inedible? But that D is like throwing it all off. Anyways, I got this one as well. I think that's like one of her earlier novels. I'm gonna have to start a new stack. I got The Distance Between Lost and Found by Catherine Holmes. I think this is a YA thriller. Sorry for that glare. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. I got one contemporary novel, which is A Million Little Things by Susan Mallory. This is a adult contemporary. And then I got The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney. This is also a male author that writes by like a gender neutral pseudonym, which is really cool. And I was actually gonna pay full price for this pretty soon, or like in the past, and I'm so happy that I found it. Okay, sorry if the camera angle changed. My battery died as per usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly go through the Book Outlet order that I placed. I did get 8 things. Is that what this says? No, I didn't get 8 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 things. I actually tried to get Final Girls on this order for $5.39 for the paperback, but they were completely sold out, so I didn't end up getting it. This was a very contemporary order because that's what I've been in the mood for. So I ordered a lot of contemporaries that I've heard of good things about recently, and they had them for like super cheap as per usual. So the first thing that I got is The Only Thing Worse Than Me Is You, and this is by Lily Anderson, which is the same author of Undead Girl Gang. And I heard Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads talk about this. I think she read it for like some sort of readathon and she absolutely loved it. I do like the cover, how like cartoony it is, so I decided to pick this one up. I think this one was like $2. Yeah, $2.19. That's a fucking steal. So the first book I'm actually reading right now, so I decided to pick up the second one from Book Outlet. I'm gonna give you guys prices just so you guys can like see. This was the most expensive book that I got, and it was Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. I'm currently reading Scythe, but I'm not in a fantasy mood right now, so I'm like putting it off. But if you guys can see, this is what I mean. Like, that's the only thing wrong with this book, is that it has a little a little Sharpie mark right there, and this was $9.69. But if you guys can see there, it has a Walmart sticker on it, and at Walmart they were selling it for $16, so like that's still a really good deal. So the rest of these are contemporaries. I got You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and this one was $5.89. And I got another Sarah Bernard book. You might be saying, Cindy, didn't you not like her other book? And the answer to that is yes, I did not like her newest book, but I've heard absolutely everyone give this book basically a 5-star rating, so I went ahead and I picked it up. I am bothered that it doesn't match my other 2 copies because the other 2 are UK paperbacks and I absolutely love them, but I decided what the hell. It was only $6.99 and it's a hardback, so I got A Quiet Kind of Thunder. I've heard this is like her best one and I have not read this one yet, so I decided I would give it another chance. I absolutely love the spine of this and how it has like those like ombre colors. I actually picked this book up from my library quite some time ago, but I never got around to reading it, and it is American Panda by Gloria Chow. I cannot believe that they had this on there. I cannot wait to read this one. I know the representation in this one is really good and I'm really excited to read this one. Another one that I got from my library and never got around to reading is Nice Try Jane Sinner by Leanne Owelke. Oh, if I didn't say, this one was also $5.89, and then well, both of these were $5.89 from Book Outlet. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are still on the website. And I heard great things about this one when it first came out. I haven't heard anyone talk about it recently. But yeah, so I grabbed that one. And then the last book that I got is another contemporary, because you guys know that's like my favorite genre right now. And that is A Short History of the Girl Next Door. And this one was $6.99 as well. I heard quite a few people talk about this one when it first came out. Because I think it was like a Perustopia or like some sort of big YouTuber book group book of the month, if that made any sense. And but I never heard anyone talk about it after that, so I decided to pick this one up. I love like shorter books. I saw a post the other day, or somebody had like, I think it was Peter from Peter Likes Books, like had a thumbnail that said short or long books, and I'm definitely like a short girl, a short books kind of girl, unless if it's like a fantasy. I think fantasy needs to be like a little bit longer just so I can like dive into the world a little bit better and give more explanations. But for contemporaries, I feel like if it's too long, sometimes it kind of drags certain things out that don't need that much information. You get what I'm saying? But thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to just quickly go over the books that I picked up recently. Sorry if I didn't give too much of a synopsis on them, but definitely check back with my wrap-ups where I do go a little bit I go a lot more in depth into what the book was about, as well as how I felt on them. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know which ones to prioritize and to get to the soonest. Thank you guys again so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!